Hello.
Hello. You think the audience is tired of hearing about Vegas?
I was just going to ask you that exact same question because welcome to Mystery Crate.
Hey.
I know that it's supposed to say that earlier, later, whatever. How long can we drag out? Because I feel like they are tired of hearing us talk about Las Vegas.
I think you get the 1 week.
But
and this would be the last week.
We've told so many stories already.
But there's so many left.
Yeah.
I know, and none of them have really been all that interesting, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, only we care about them because we were part of them.
I never made my per diem bet.
I know you didn't,
forgot.
and you were the one that inspired me to make my crazy roulette bet.
And it didn't work out.
Didn't work out, and then you didn't, do it with me.
Because, we were, trying to move, and then, I noticed all the blinds on the, I don't know if they're called blinds, on the blackjack table moved up from 15 to 25, and I was not about that. I sat down next to Carl and Bimmel at a blackjack table for 5 hands, got cleaned out.
High rollers.
Yeah, but it was brutal. And then after that, we were kind of done with the whole thing. And then we went up to the high rise thing to see the view. And then by that time, we were about ready to leave.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to I don't know, I was just kind of done gambling, and I totally forgot about that per diem bet. Probably for the better.
There was a story and an incident that never came out. That was me, Lucy, and Chris on a zip line. And I was kind of hoping that we would tell that story when the three of us were here together, but we haven't really had an opportunity to because something happened with the audio or the video or something, and it's still being worked on. I think it's still, the hope is for it to still come out at some point, but it was in the rain. We were doing wireless microphones, but we were 1,000 feet away or something. So things weren't working. I don't know exactly what happened, but that's where I feel like, and you could feel differently, I feel like me and Lucy and Chris Cody trauma bonded because
for sure.
We learned together while we were at the top of this zipline tower on Fremont Street that none of us actually ever agreed to do this or volunteered to do this. We all just kind of thought I thought oh, Lucy and Chris are cool with doing it. Sure, I'll do it. It'll be fun. I like them. This will be great, whatever. Right? Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I was yeah, we'll do this. And then when we were talking, I think Chris was the one that was I never agreed to do this. And then we're yeah, neither did I, and neither did she. And then we were just there doing it.
It was none of our pitches. It was Juju's pitch to do it. And then they just signed us up. And I was I'm not too afraid of heights or anything. I think I'll be fine. And then Billy, Chris, they were so unhinged. They were so nervous that I was oh, shit. Well, if they're this freaked out, their parents, they probably know something I don't know. We're all going to die.
Lucy was definitely the brave one of the bunch. I will say this. I got us off on the wrong foot when I asked the guy that worked there how many people have died doing this.
Yeah, from the jump.
Why would you do that?
Such a Billy question.
I thought it was a good icebreaker, to be honest with you. I thought, if we get this information out there, it'll be fine. And at the time, I was I'm cool. I'm I've done zip lines before. It's not a big deal. Just going to ride the zip line. We'll go up the thing. And the thing just kept going up and up and up. I had no idea how high we were. And then we were on this tower, and one of the workers there was not happy with us at all. At all.
She was rude because, we're sitting there and we had been there for so long, 20 or so minutes, just waiting. We're all lying on our stomach with our straps on, and Chris looks at me, and Chris's straps were up here. Mine were on the side. He was Lucy, those are not secure. Those straps should not be there. And I was well, shit. So she comes over.
Amazing.
And I'm hey, he was saying my straps are loose. They're down here. Should they be up here? She was they're fine. And I was that's not the bedside manner I'm looking for right now. There's a lot of noises happening. I just need you to tell me that everything's going to be okay. And maybe do it with a smile.
Mm-hmm. They didn't. I wasn't reassured. I wasn't reassured by her. The guy that was there was very helpful, and Rose had way too much energy. If we're going to be honest, I love Rose.
She always does
all the time.
She had way too much energy. I kept telling her.
Of the trip.
I felt Lucy, to a lesser extent, some of the stories that you would tell us on the Monday God Bless Footballs, where you would be yeah, Rose almost got murdered by someone swinging this big drumstick. Rose almost got trampled. Rose almost got this because she wasn't paying attention. So Rose was there loving every minute of us suffering. And I feel I was cool for a certain amount of time. And then we were waiting a really long time. And I'm okay, the more I think about this, the less I want to do it. If I was just to go up the tower and go straight down, which is what I thought we were doing, I'm good. I'll do that. Just shoot me down. We're good. Right? But we were up there 25 minutes at least, just with the harnesses on. Chris was the one kind of getting my anxiety up because I thought that Chris I didn't think he was going to be so scared of doing this. And the fact that he was scared doing this then started like, should I be more concerned about this situation? And then Lucy was the brave one in the corner. And then I was like, well, should I be worried here? Like,
Chris was I'd never seen him that adamant about not doing something before.
He was like,
he's usually good for everything, but not that. He did not like it at all.
He just kept being like, I'm a father, I'm a father, I'm a father. And I was like, okay, so is Billy, chill out.
Yeah.
And he said it was his worst, like the thing he's hated doing for the show most, like his entire career, which has been a long ass time, I assume. So it was not my favorite experience. Rose was just like chaotic, and she was making it a lot worse with Chris because she kept asking him for last words. I was like, girl, you gotta stop doing it. And she wasn't doing it to be funny. She legitimately was like innocently being like, what are your last words? I was like, Rose, not the time.
She'd do the last words, and then we were still there 10 minutes later. And the thing that Rose was doing is that like Rose is like just, she's filming us, but she has her back to like the wall that falls down that then you go through. So like her foot is like right up against it. I'm like, Rose, can you please like don't stand so close to that. Like that could go down at any minute. They're like, okay, one more minute. She's like, any last words? And she's like backing up. I'm like, Rose, that can go down at any time. Please back away from that. Because like she would have fallen like 100 feet to her death.
Yeah, she would do, like you said it perfectly, like she did that stuff on our college football road trip where there were so many times where I'm like, girl, you are going to get hit by somebody if you do not move. And she's like, no, I need the shot. I'm like, no, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't need the shot.
Committed to her craft.
We didn't need it that
free
bad.
spirit.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Dangerous, but
once
free.
we got going, I had a lot of fun.
I hated the rain. The rain was like pretty tough because I was drenched by the time we got like to the end. And so you would land like on your stomach. We were in like the Spider-Man sort of pose. And
That's Superman, but
Superman, just kidding.
Is that important?
Actually, I
kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
Well,
You got
Spider-Man,
me.
we
For the
would've been upside
visual,
down.
yeah.
And so we're in like the Superman pose, and they had us land on like a gymnastics pad of some sort.
That was soaking
but it
wet.
was covered in rain.
It was a
That's
puddle.
all-
They just dropped us into a puddle. I was drenched.
That's
It
all I
moved really
remember.
slow too, like super slow. I thought we were going to be
so
flying a lot faster. It was pretty slow.
I remember that's the only thing that Billy told me about was he was really mad he like landed in a puddle,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, so because I had to go back to Radio Row. This is in the middle of interviews. I had to go back to Radio Row. So then I went home because I'm drenched, and I was like, I was very particular about my planning of outfits just so that I wouldn't mess it up. Like I even had in my luggage a list of this is what I'm wearing with this so that I wouldn't mess it up because I knew once I got there I was going to mess it up. So I had this list and then I was like, well, I didn't account for getting soaking wet on this zip line. And then I had to take a shower because it was cold and I didn't want to get sick. And then I had to be back at Radio Row like shortly thereafter. So yeah, it was a whole thing. Hopefully this video comes out. And I shouldn't even say that because I feel like now when you watch it, it's just going to be like a disappointment.
I was on the production text message group chain about that, and I knew it was. Oh yeah, it's a whole thing. I can't talk. I knew something was wrong when I just kept hearing my phone go bing, 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 and it was the audio and video team communicating with each other, saying, "Hey, we need you to move over here. Hey, this mic isn't working there."
So we were getting none of that information. We were getting fed absolutely no info. We were just there. And we thought that we were waiting for the one guy to go from one tower to the other tower, which we're like, why did they send the one person that needs to be over there with us? And now we have to wait 20 minutes for him to walk across Fremont Street.
Lewis almost got into like a legitimate confrontation with someone performing on Fremont Street. We were walking down later at night, and I don't know where we were headed. I think we were headed back to the hotel, and there were a couple of guys, drumming on like pots and pans, and Lewis decided that as these two fellas were going back and forth, that he would start yelling at one of them that he's cashed, that he's not doing a good job. And so one of the guys gets right up on Lewis like, what are you saying? And Lewis got face to face with this gentleman.
Outside of the circle.
Outside of the circle.
Wow.
Outside of the circle.
We learned
that's how you knew it was serious.
Yeah, we learned in Fremont Street you have to stay inside of the circle.
Right.
We also learned, Lucy, and I don't know if you know this because we saw this the last day. Me and Tony saw this the last day while everyone was there gambling. That there's like big signs that like they can't tell you need to pay them an amount of money. So like if you're taking pictures with like the shirtless guys or whatever, and they're like, you need to give me $10, they can't tell you that. You can give them a tip. they can strongly make you feel like you need to give them the tip, but they can't give you an amount. They can't charge you, and there's like giant signs saying that. Because we were wondering, like, there's people that are dressed fairly provocatively.
I would say.
You would say.
I would say.
The nun took the game. The nuns got their nuns were out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fairly provocatively. So like we're walking, we're like, what is it? What does it cost to take a picture with this person? Because like they're doing a whole thing. This one's grabbing this one's butt. Like there's a lot going on here. Like what are these people paying for this? Because it seems like you're throwing away a lot of money. And there's giant signs basically saying like, you can pay them if you want, but they can't demand money from you.
Well, they can also, rough you up. No matter.
Yeah, well, these people demanded confrontation with Lewis.
like-
So anyways,
there are cops all over the place.
There were circles painted on the ground, and they had to be within the circle, apparently. But I guess that's not what was happening with
Well,
Lewis.
it's because Lewis decided to cause a confrontation in which they said, all right, if you're so sure about this, you go ahead. So Lewis took drumsticks, went and sat down at the pots and pans, and decided to create his own drum beat while staring directly into the eyes of this street performer. Lewis believing that his drumming was sensational. Kirsten and I preparing to fight, then taking a brief video, and, the drumming was there, but maybe not quite what it was in his head.
How would you fighting have gone?
Yeah, that's
Me?
what I'm
Wait, that's what I'm
thinking
saying.
about
Yeah.
now.
That's what I'm
Very
saying. Me and Kirsten?
Yeah,
Me and Kirsten.
Jeremy-
That's who Lewis's backup was, and he decided to make a confrontation. I couldn't fight anybody.
I don't want to see you fighting, but I'm interested to see what Jeremy Street Fighter looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a character I want to see.
I don't get angry very easily, and I've never been pushed to the level of anger that would cause a fight.
I feel like you would get like Hulk status.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's
most
just
I've
gonna
done
come
is
out
a
of
baseball
nowhere.
brawl because I threw behind someone.
I saw the video. I don't know if you said this because Taylor was talking to me, but I don't know if you said this part. But like afterwards, the street performer was like hugging him.
Yeah,
like thought he did a great
thought it was great.
job. They became friends as a result of Lewis's drumming
Lewis.
after antagonizing the guy.
That's how it works with
Music
him.
is very healing, apparently. Look at that. By the way, I'm very bummed.
Oh,
We didn't do the tattoos.
I'm not at all. I said from the
I'm
beginning
very
I'm
bummed.
not getting a tattoo.
Yeah, it
with
wasn't
you
gonna
guys.
happen.
Never gonna happen.
I'm really disappointed in that.
So we had a group dinner in Vegas, and a question I love to ask people is, what was the weird thing you ate when you were a kid? Because I used to like house sprinkles. Like I would just get a bowl and put sprinkles in there and eat it like it was cereal. Not the healthiest meal. I also used to suck on Advil. Like get the get the little sugar coating off. I would not swallow.
Not the liquid gels?
Yeah, not the liquid gels. Just like
Okay.
the little red one. I wouldn't like swallow the Advil. I just take a little, little
Like for like you do with M&M's sometimes, where you
Yeah.
try to get like the chocolate off of it.
yeah, like a gobstopper.
What do you do with the? Did you like put the pill back in the bottle?
No, I would just throw them away or spit them out.
So you'd suck off the coating and then throw it away?
How old
yeah,
were
I
you?
just I don't know.
I was 15.
Did your parents
week.
know?
years ago.
22.
No, my parents had no idea because I asked my brother and sister this question, and I'm so sorry to Kate and Jack, but I will be saying what your answers are publicly. My brother, he was like, I would eat frozen waffles. I'm like, that's not weird. He's like, no, I like them frozen. Just take them right out. Just eat them frozen.
Like a cracker.
Yeah. My sister had this thing called her special dessert, which is, she was such a weird kid, and she's super cool and beautiful now, so it's okay. But she would take like hard pasta, uncooked pasta, like crush it up, put it in a bowl, put butter on top, and then cinnamon and sugar, and she would eat it at night, not tell anybody because it was so weird, and it was Kate's special dessert.
Wait, so it was uncooked pasta
Uncooked pasta
with butter
and then cinnamon and sugar.
Wow.
So she would hard pasta.
Hard pasta.
Hard
That
pasta.
shit was not cooked.
But
So she liked the crunch.
but there are other things that
taste.
crunch that aren't pasta.
Yeah, I don't know what
So
to
it's
tell
like
you.
a sweet, salty-ish combo kind of
Look,
cereal situation.
I love my sister dearly, but that girl was weird as hell, and she'll be the first one to tell you. It was like she admitted this to us years later and was like, you guys had no idea that I was doing this, but I would do it like once a week. Like, all right.
Or special
Odd.
dessert?
Billy,
Yeah, Kate's special
did you have a
dessert.
special dessert
No,
as a kid?
not that I can think of.
So
I couldn't think of because we started off that conversation with the special dessert and Lewis spraying Lysol and then trying to catch the taste in the air, and I was like, okay, this is not a game that I'm going to win. So I didn't even participate.
It's not about winning so much as it is just like
It's a lot
the
of loss. I'm
community.
not gonna lie. I don't think there's any
but I
winners
also-
I'm
in
not
this.
proud of what I've done.
No, but like I also couldn't even. I was like, well, like if that's the bar, like I can't think of anything like that. Like I couldn't think of anything that was like that crazy that I
nothing
would eat.
Crazy.
I'm also not like I'm a kind of a picky eater. I
You're a
just
very
eat-
picky eater.
What is that supposed to mean?
Because okay, so I had
The only meals we ever have are here, and it's
and
whatever
In-N-Out.
is provided.
No, we went to In-N-Out, and we went to In-N-Out on this trip, and what Billy
We
actually
left
did.
a bar that everybody was at to go get fast food, and then went back to the bar.
But the fast food was like a walk across like a pavilion. It wasn't like get in the car, get fast food, and come back. And the only reason we went was because I wanted Billy to have the In-N-Out experience.
yeah,
How was it?
it was fine, but now he's going to criticize how I did it because I didn't get any directions on how I was supposed to order it.
So
fine.
Billy, yeah, it's just
Right,
fine.
you're fine.
Billy gets his burger, but nothing on it, and that's fine because I thought, if you're trying a place for the first time, that's actually not a bad way to do it because you get like the purest
Yeah.
form. It's not propped up by animal style or cheese or any of this shit, right? So
If
Billy
I need
gets
to
it.
know like secret passwords on how to open
Yeah,
order
that's
at
how
a
I
restaurant,
feel.
like
That's
no,
too
thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Well, that made sense, but then I thought, okay,
Taylor's doing a great show in my head. Like he'll tell me things, but won't say it on air. and
I like-
don't
I like-
understand why.
Sitting
I like
there,
the feeding. I like the feeding the jokes.
I tried. Okay, let's talk about this.
Danny B over.
I tried to get Taylor to come and sit in here with me and Lucy, and then Mike Fuentes does not like Taylor. So
Yeah.
Mike Fuentes,
I fucking hate that he's behind me right now.
Mike Fuentes, who is like the babysitter of Mystery Creators and responsible for this getting out on television, told Taylor to go sit
And
behind
audio
him
on everything.
But
Yeah.
there's Lucy. Do you know about this tension between Mike and Taylor?
There is no tension.
No, I don't know about
That's
any
so
It's just a lot of
weird
undercutting.
ones
I,
ever.
So weird.
I didn't understand what was happening because I told Jason I wanted because Robert, our engineer, was in here and he was fixing this mic or doing something there. So I go, I want to start the segment with Robert sitting there because it's a joke. He's just sitting there. He has no idea what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. Then all of a sudden I look and I see Taylor looking at me through the glass and I'm like, what the
hates
fuck is he
Taylor.
doing in there? Then I see Jason stick his head
You
in.
can feel the rage.
And then I'm like, what is he doing? And then he
So
comes in
weird.
here and he goes, I'm going to sit down. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But then they were so busy lollygagging, I didn't get the Robert joke because then Robert, diligent worker, he finishes and he leaves. So then I didn't get the Robert
The
joke.
general
But
belief.
now I have Taylor behind me, so I lost twice.
The general belief is that Mike Fuentes wants
I
Taylor
lost
to
twice.
fail.
Yeah.
I come with nothing but positivity. I don't really want to talk. I just
not
want to
true.
feed Lucy jokes. I want to
true.
feed Billy jokes. And all
he's
he does,
right.
he just waits for me to make one mistake, and then he just undercuts me.
No, but like you just make so many, it's so easy to pick my spots.
There's
You guys are
see
like
the
I'm
tension.
joking.
very
Anyway.
siblings.
There's
very, like-
tension there.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Did you guys see that Taylor like the boat that Taylor was on doing his Taylor Swift? Were
Yep.
you hear that day doing the
I
Taylor
was.
Swift? That
Yeah.
boat crashed.
Could have been
Did
me.
it?
Could have been me.
Yeah, boat
Like-
crashed
like-
last week.
We had a specific conversation. We weren't going to bring that up so we could stay on good grounds with that boat, people, just in case we needed it.
Okay,
Wait, no,
well,
now I want details.
no one told
about it.
me.
I mean, well, you're just reporting the news. You're not.
Yeah,
saying
I'm just
anything bad.
stating the fact. I
Correct.
didn't say anything.
So give me the
look,
details.
I've been on
Who's
that
at
boat a
fault?
bunch of times. It's
Me
a
too,
fun
yeah.
boat. I love it,
Yeah.
but it crashed.
Rose almost fell off that boat.
That's
She was very
surprising.
committed.
Yeah.
She was very committed.
So
to
the
it.
writing was on the wall, is what you're saying.
We got to get her like I don't know what.
A football
A
helmet.
human
like
bubble.
Yeah, it's something because I do worry.
One of those orbs.
I do worry about her.
I love her so much.
She's,
though.
the best, but she will get hurt one day
She will.
if we don't do
Yep.
something.
yeah.
So, what were you saying, Billy?
Well, I was going to ask you guys how you feel about monster trucks because I have an idea.
Monster.
I'm in.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the 10 unhealthiest
Blind
snacks
trust.
when you're done.
You what?
I have
I
a list
blind
of 10
trust.
unhealthiest snacks.
Not
Who are
you.
you pointing at?
That's what I'm saying. You see how Taylor's already ruining
Well,
everything?
that's why I wanted him
I
in
can tell he was
here.
pointing at me.
Damn.
I
can
want him
tell
in here, but you don't
No,
like him.
go
so
sit
you
where
kicked him
Jeremy
out of
is.
here.
Go sit over there where he was.
Who were you pointing at?
I was pointing at you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was trying
Can
to
we
hear
all
what you had
just
to
get
say.
along?
That's what I'm saying. I like Taylor. I don't know
God.
why there's this Taylor hate
You're
going on
you're
here.
pointing directly at both of us.
Wow.
And I had talked,
No, well, actually, from this,
and then Taylor decided to start talking.
Here's the thing. I felt bad because Taylor didn't go on the trip with us. And I told myself I will bond with no one out of allegiance to Taylor. I want Taylor to not feel like he was left out, so I don't want to have any moments with anyone. And unfortunately, I came back and I felt like some of you are my friends. And I didn't like the feeling. I feel like the Grinch when he like rediscovers he likes Christmas and his heart has grown like to different sizes. And it's an uncomfortable feeling for me because I don't want to have friends at work. Is that a weird thing to say out loud?
Yeah, I didn't like
Very
it.
weird.
Did
We
when
get
you
it.
said that.
Well, I didn't mean it like that because I'm actually here's the thing
did.
is as a result of that trip I now have been trying to figure out other things to do. Like Taylor has moved and Taylor says that he needs art and I invited Taylor over to my house to make art in my yard to have art in his house behind his couch. that he needs. And then I also said, who wants to go to Monster Trucks earlier? And I was trying to get a group outing to go to Monster Trucks together. But then I was trying to figure out, like, so how do we, like, what do we do here? Like, how do we set parameters? Like, is this, like, now a friends outing that we're going to go as friends to see Monster Trucks together? Or do we, like, start asking for favors, and then we bring cameras and we make it like a mystery crate thing, and then we're out there and we're talking to like the monster truck drivers? Because Rose wants to drive a monster truck.
Yeah, we cannot let her do that.
I don't think that's gonna happen. But Rose asked, "Can I drive a monster truck?" And like my answer was, "I don't think so." And from what I hear, driving regular cars has been an issue from time to time.
She cannot drive. When we would go on these road trips, she'd be like, "Lucy, you have to drive because I'll get car sick if I drive." And I'm like, all right.
But she wants to
that's
drive
fair.
a monster truck. Okay.
But I will say, Taylor almost ran me over. She did not. So,
By the
Now,
way,
yeah, hand up. Hand up.
How did you almost run her over?
I forgot to put the car in park, and we started rolling backwards as she was doing her fit check.
apparently it happens a lot.
Yeah, I lost the car in high school.
What?
I forgot to put the car in park. It rolled off a cliff.
is that why you
Yeah.
scooter
It
everywhere?
rolled off a cliff.
Yeah. It was on top of my driveway. I lived on like a cliff type setting, and I went to my trunk
You mean
to
a
get
hill?
my gym bag.
He lived on a hill.
It was more of a
See,
cliff.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it.
Because nobody lives on a fucking cliff. You live on a hill.
Some people live on a
some
cliff.
people do.
You know?
So
just
I
not
went.
us.
I put the car in park, or so I thought, and I went to the trunk to get my gym bag. And then as I'm going, I could feel the car rolling back, and my foot's we're already out of the car, and there was like a little wooden beam that protected this cliff or this hill, and I was like, okay, the car is just gonna hit the wooden beam, take a little dent. And as I'm thinking that, the car just goes straight through
Hold on a second.
and rolls off.
You're saying this so
onto the
casually.
street. Yeah, the car got totaled.
It rolled off onto a street, like off the side of a cliff onto a street. Did it
Onto
hit
the street.
anything?
No, it didn't hit anything. But everybody was driving by and they were like, why is there a car upside down on the road? Everybody's calling my parents. I'm trying to call them. My mom was like at like a nail appointment, and she got her nail appointment finished, and she had like 20 missed calls. And I was like, hey, I'm okay. You have to, that's how you have
That's
to
how you start a
the
conversation.
Yes, of
I'm
course.
okay,
But
the car is done.
Wow.
Yeah.
was it her car?
No, that was my first car, a Jetta.
How long until you got a second car? Like, did you have a moment where it was like,
No, I was
Taylor.
going to college, and then I never got a car in college, and didn't get one until after.
Thomas texted me that his neighbor's a monster truck driver, and that
We should
this
have
monster
him on.
truck driver neighbor maybe will help Rose drive a monster truck. Now the
Please.
question becomes: do we want Rose driving a monster truck?
I want
Yes,
her
but
to
sign
live
a
her-
release.
Yeah, I want her to live her dream. I just want to be a little far away from it.
Well, okay, so can we settle this? Are we going to go to monster trucks as friends, or are we going to go to monster trucks for content?
When is Monster Truck?
It's
about a
next
little bit of both?
weekend.
Oh.
I prefer not to do the content.
I'd like
say
to
a
go
little
as
bit of
friends.
both.
I would just like to go as friends.
Oh, Rose
Okay,
is
well,
here.
there's Rose being Rose.
Okay.
I'm always in for the friendship.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Hey, Billy, I hate to break it to you, but we're friends.
We're friends now.
I don't. We're just. There's different levels of friendship, but we're friends.
When Billy was calling the FIU game, I was like, Billy, I'm going to come with you to the game. And I got there, and he was like, what do they want you to do here? And I was like, work didn't send me. I just wanted to hang out.
Yeah,
with
it was. It honestly, like, I had a week. It was that, and someone else told me something the next day. I don't remember who it was. But it was like, I'm so happy every day I just get to have lunch with you. And I'm like, what's wrong with you people?
That sounds like Kirsten.
What? I think it was Lewis actually. But I'm like, you guys are like actually nice people.
We have a great group here. I like honestly like this trip. Well, okay, one or two. Actually, it really showed me like how much we all kind of like each other because we all got along. There was so much work going on. Like we had 10,
we were
15
waiting
hour
for
days.
each other.
We waited for each other.
Except
We
at the
wanna
airport
actually-
where we left Jason.
Well, oh my God, Jason needs to like
We
not
played
be
that
mute.
off so great. So we get to the airport and we took 2 different Ubers and we all checked bags except Jason. I don't think Jason checked a bag. I
No,
don't know.
he brought only a carry-on.
He had to carry on.
Oh,
He was
wait,
only there
Jason
for 3
can
days.
hear us.
Yeah.
Oh no, now he knows. Well, anyway,
Well-
so
No, he left him.
What happened was
so we get through security and then we're like racing because we were in two different SUVs. So like we're racing to get to the tram. And we get on the tram, get on, and then I think it was Kirsten or Cynthia or someone goes, "Where's Jason?" And we're like, "Oh!"
The moment we stepped
Already,
on
the
the tram,
second the tram door closes,
we're like,
Yeah.
"Where's Jason?"
oh wait, where's Jason?
We were like, "Ooh!" So then we go, and then we stopped at like one of the little gift shops, and then Jason, in that time that we were in the gift shop, made it to the gate,
Passed us, yeah.
and passed us. And he's like, "Where were you guys?" And we're like, "How did you leave us? Like you left all of
left
us
us.
behind. I can't believe it."
We switched it up,
and
on
now he knows that we lied
so
about
that we don't feel like terrible pieces of what.
By the way, Hudson News, $19 pistachios.
So, like, now in the break, we were kind of talking, and this is exactly why I don't want to have friends, because now I've tried to do something nice, and it's caused infighting amongst people who were friends
Just the
before
two of them.
I entered this friendship. No, Lucy got mad at Taylor, too,
I am upset.
Well,
because she thinks that Taylor went to me to ask for help making art, and she said, "I wish you would have asked me to go and help you make art for the room." And that's not exactly what happened.
This is what happened. Taylor said, "Do you know anybody that has good wall art? Where can I get good wall art?" And I said it could be very expensive.
I told him to go to Marshall's
Which you
Home
can.
Goods.
So we said
Yes.
Marshall's Home Good. I said go to Hobby Lobby. Yeah, you could thrift it. You can do a bunch of things.
Let's go to an estate sale.
Then Billy said, I actually made the big G that's behind me in my setup at home when he explained the whole process, how he got a canvas and he did painting and he did a stencil and yada, yada, yada. So then it was kind of implied that Taylor should do the same thing. Problem is, Taylor lives in a one-bedroom studio. You're not going to have room for that. Then I said, Billy, you going to offer up your house? And he said, yeah, you can do it in my backyard. It's not a huge backyard, but it's big enough to do that. And then that's how we ended up getting where we are now. And now we're trying to figure out what kind of art Taylor should make.
Yeah, then we were trying to figure out, should it be like one big long canvas? I don't know the space. I don't know what he's trying to fill. Should it be a canvas? Could we do like a series of canvases that we put next to each
a little
other?
abstract, just throw some paint.
And then then it makes like one big photo, but it's a number of canvases, maybe leave like a couple inches in between, have it look artsy.
Correct.
So we're trying to figure out how we're going to decorate his apartment.
I'll also need a ride home because I have a scooter and it's going to be.
By the way, I
scooting with it.
saw you scoot out of the garage yesterday, and I was about to call you and yell at you. You're literally scooting, going against traffic, then just weaving in and out. Do you not care for your life?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nice.
He used to ride on the MacArthur Causeway to get to the Clevelander.
Dangerous.
And I'm like, dude, you're going to get run over from behind one morning. So then I showed him the Venetian, which is much more rich people. So at least if he gets run over, he has a good suit.
Have you been to Taylor's apartment? Do you know the space that we're working with or no?
No, I haven't. But
He just moved in there.
Just moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives like
Very
the
close.
next block
Be
over
careful.
from me.
The last apartment I lived in, Mike Fuentes doxed it on the Tony Show.
Oh,
I know I
please do
didn't.
not.
What?
Please do not.
He listed the cross streets.
Why
No, I
did you
didn't.
do
I
that?
don't even know the cross streets. I just said he lived across the street from somebody.
So, okay.
Well, that's kind of giving the sign
If
of
you
where
know
he
the- if you
lives.
know where the other person
Well,
lives.
obviously, we
Yeah.
have a big
Yes,
local audience.
If you somehow get through the 3 layers of where this person lives, yeah, you got me.
Why would you do that?
I didn't.
because he hates Taylor.
Falsehoods. I can hear the
We know
little
that.
fucker giggling in the back about
Oh,
how
wow.
he's
See,
lying.
wow.
it's
Look at
so
him.
This is the
lying.
new.
He's such a liar.
This is the new Tony and Billy right here.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. This is the new Tony and Billy.
Ever since I moved to Miami, my phone thinks I live in Tampa. So every time I try to look for places, it'll always be like, here's a spot in Tampa.
My
I'm like,
default
"That's not-"
location is like Central Florida.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
why.
like, I don't live there, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't really care enough to fix it. But every time I'm trying to go on Facebook Marketplace, it keeps showing me stuff that's in Tampa. I don't want anything in Tampa.
Ooh, are you going to try to do Taylor's apartment like your apartment?
No, he would hate how my apartment looks, respectfully.
I think the big couch heel would look beautiful in his studio. Just saying.
Ooh,
I don't
we
have
should buy
it.
Taylor a hamburger phone.
Yeah, I could help you with stuff. If you want to go to an estate sale, I actually think there's a good art one this weekend. I've already looked.
I'm in.
There you go.
Easy.
All about
Wait, does that mean
And
you're
I
not
have
going
Best
to...
friends.
But I have paint and stuff. Do you have paint and stuff for the canvas?
Well, we're now going to bid for who's going to be doing the art
Taylor's artwork.
in his
Taylor's
I just
apartment?
I need all the supplies to be provided.
I have all the supplies.
I have some. I don't have canvases, though.
I have canvases, but not a big one. But I can go get you one. I also have a ton
I can
of
get you one,
Mod
too. I can get you
Podge. If
I have
we-
an idea. What if we
How about he
each
buys
paint
his-
something
Hobby Lobby
for
for
Taylor?
Michael's.
What if we all paint something for Taylor's
I'm
apartment?
down.
Well, then
individually?
there will be no theme, and it'll look like he lives in
That's
a
the
madman's
best
house.
part.
Oh, there'll be-
No,
there'll-
he
best
has to live
part.
there.
Oh, there'll be a theme, all right.
What's the theme?
Penises all
What?
over Taylor's
All right.
walls.
I wasn't going to draw a
No one
penis.
was
do
going
that,
there.
so-
I wasn't going to draw a penis.
That's for my apartment.
Yeah, what?
Oh, hey,
Hey.
hey, that kind of thing.
What is happening?
Baby.
So are we going to go to Monster Trucks or nah?
Yeah.
Let's
I'll
go. We got to
Nah, it
watch
feels
Rose's
forced.
debut. You love doing this. You love just like sprinkling in the human. Hi, I have a heart, and then you're like, "Meh, just kidding.
I felt like I bonded with the real Billy last week.
Oh, no.
Yeah. As much as he hates that, like, just we saw stress on each other's faces, and we we connected.
What does that mean?
That we were both stressed out last week.
I just want to know what Lucy's therapist thinks of me now, because it's probably not good.
No, we don't really talk about you very much.
Oh, good. That's
I need to find a therapist. I'm just really like, not that I'm against it. It's just it's crazy how much time you don't have, or you think you don't have when you get older. Like, I don't know, Billy, like you have 2 kids, dude. I don't know how you really do anything with your life.
Well, I mean, that's the
No,
part.
like I'm serious. It's
How do you do anything with your life?
but he gets what I'm saying.
So,
No, of
like,
course. Yeah.
that's the part, like, and you want to be completely honest, I'm being like a genuine person, which is not often. I do feel bad that there's so many people that have moved here, and like I've not been a good friend to them in the sense of like,
Agreed.
hey, let's do this, let's do that. You know what I mean? But like, I also, to what you're saying, like, I don't go out ever. Like, I don't really do anything or really have time for anything outside of work. But I have felt bad that I haven't like been a better friend to you guys, which is part of why, like, should we do Monster Truck? Like, because, I thought it was nice to, spend time with each other when we were at Super Bowl, right? But also Super Bowl isn't going to happen again until next year, so.
Well, like, this job is so different from the dynamic I had in my last job. When I started working my last job, I was 27, and everybody I worked with was like 23, 24. So we all wanted to go out with each other after the fact. But then when I came here, a lot of these guys are older with kids and families. The young people are
You're
you guys.
older than us.
Yeah, I know, but you have kids and families. I'm only like 3 years older than you.
Oh.
So it's just a different dynamic for you guys because most of your coworkers are older and you guys are out of state. Like, if I met somebody like Danny B's younger or Lewis is younger, but they were from the same city. So it's easy to like be like, oh yeah, we go here, we know where we're going. Where you guys, it's like blank slate, and you really only have each other, you, Jess, and dickhead behind me.
So unnecessary.
It's like we were having a moment too, man.
So it's like
You notice how it's never me.
I do feel
I know.
I do feel bad for you guys, and I've told you, Lucy, like 100 times. Oh yeah, we'll go out, and then I told Taylor I was going to take him to the Abercrombie and Dolphin. I haven't done that
That's
yet.
that's where I draw the line.
Abercrombie?
Yeah,
he
we're
did.
Abercrombie boys.
He says weird things.
Why do you say it like that?
You guys bond.
Don't ask
over
me
I
to
have
say-
a
don't-
return. I have to make it Abercrombie if you want to go.
You can come with us.
Don't ask him to say remember. That's a whole thing.
Remember, yeah, I'm a mumbler.
No,
That was better.
That didn't
that
sound
was
bad.
actually good.
No.
Well, because I
okay.
like focused on it.
Yeah.
All my energy. Remember.
He normally says remember.
Yeah. Remember.
Yeah.
I can't say
I'm
shit.
a mumbler.
But that's where I draw the line is that like I don't want to give empty promises and be like I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there.
But
so I
it's all
just
about-
always say no.
What
and
about
then I
is the
come off as a
intent?
jerk because I don't blow people off. Like I don't want to blow people off and say like, yeah, I want to do that and then not do it because I feel like that's ruder than just being like, I'm not going to
So just know from the jump.
Yeah, it's in my head it's more honest.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're like, I'm not even willing to do things with you. Where if you get, because if you tell me, oh, one of my girls is sick, okay, it happens. Like,
Yeah, but I can only play that card so many times.
that's not true. My brother's an expert. My brother's daughter's been sick since she was born. She's sick all the
Wow.
time. Yeah, well, she's not really sick. That's the joke. Because
No, I know,
yeah.
but you're giving away his secret.
It's okay. I know it. We're on the same team. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it comes off like I don't want to hang out with you guys at all when you just say no all the time.
Yeah.
I don't get that vibe.
I'm not trying to give off that vibe.
I'm not saying you do, and I don't take it that way. But that's the vibe I can see somebody taking.
I think you're delightful, Billy.
Thanks.
I love Billy. Like I said, I bonded with Billy a lot during Radio
I'm
Row.
not going to Monster Trucks.
Come on.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go now.
I want to go.
I do want to go to Monster Trucks.
Let's go as
I
friends.
haven't been since I was like 8, so I'm down.
Monster Trucks are so fun. I don't know
never been.
why. Oh, it's gonna be so much
Just
fun.
bring your
Lucy, you're
headphones.
coming.
Especially if you
Yeah.
don't choose Gravedigger, please, for the love of God, not Gravedigger.
What about Bigfoot?
Everybody loves Gravedigger, Gravedigger, Gravedigger.
It's a
Over the
hearse.
hill.
It's a
Enough.
hearse.
Over the
Enough.
hill.
It's all fake. This love for Gravedigger. Then all of a sudden you go and you do the judging, and everybody gives Gravediggers 10. Gravedigger's the Yankee of Monster
Yeah,
Trucks.
that's a
Wow.
that's
I
a
like
great.
That's a great.
You
That's
want
a
an
great
underdog.
comparison.
You want an underdog story. If
Yeah.
Medusa's there, let's be Medusa guys.
No
and
Bigfoot.
girls.
Bigfoot not around anymore.
I don't know.
How do you know all these off the top of your head?
We
There's
grew
like
up with
there's like
we
the
grew up with this.
mainstays. Yeah, there's the main ones.
I can tell you what the trucks used to be named.
Go for it.
I can tell you that Maximum Destruction, Max D, used to be the Goldberg
Max D.
truck. Goldberg was a wrestler.
Yeah.
And had a truck.
He would spear people.
And then he stopped wrestling, and then it became Maximum Destruction. I can tell you I can tell you the name of that. Well, I don't want to get into it. Tom Mentz is the driver of that truck.
Who's that?
That's the name of the driver of the Max D truck. But then they get too big, and then they have like the spin-off ones because there's multiple circuits going on at the same time. So like you think you're seeing Gravedigger, but you're not seeing Dennis Anderson's Gravedigger. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're seeing
totally.
like
I
one of
you
his
know
their
sons
names is
getting one of
crazy.
his sons driving the monster truck. It's like I don't want to see his son. You know what I mean?
If I was
Took
building-
the words out of my mouth.
If I was building the LeBatard Show bingo card, I would have Billy Gill, monster truck aficionado, all the way at the bottom. I would not have thought
Like
that
you
were
know
like
the
that.
driver names. And
Yeah,
that's-
I know the trucks. That's it.
I went a
Right.
couple times. Medusa used to be a wrestler, and now she's a monster truck driver, and
Yeah.
she's really like
She's
a
bad.
This is
trailblazer.
the person. I thought these were the names of the trucks.
Well, no, it's
It
it's also
is.
the name of the
It's
truck, but it's named after her. That was like her wrestling name, and then she became
Yeah.
a monster truck driver, and she really was a trailblazer, in my opinion.
She was.
in terms of women driving monster trucks. Now there's a bunch of women that drive monster trucks. There's trucks that look like dogs. There's one that looks like a what is it called? I don't remember. There's one that looks like a Dalmatian. There's one that looks like a Rottweiler. There's like dog themed trucks. Yeah.
Oh, we have to go. We're going with you, Billy.
I'm shocked.
I'm like, no, this is
I'm
gonna
blown
be
away.
right.
By
I've been a number of times, and I absorb information. You know what I mean? Like I'm there, and I like
I'm in.
I'm sitting there. We're there early. I start reading the thing. They also have the things like pit passes that you can go down and meet the monster truck drivers, get their autographs. I never went that far.
Are you sure?
I didn't need their autographs for anything.
You knew they were there. You just didn't go.
I'll say no. I went. I didn't get their autographs.
okay.
And
Did you
I'll
ever
say
take a
this.
photo?
I'll say this. We had a little. My wife had a little cousin. A little boy, when he was like in like the I don't know whatever age it was, like 7 to 12-ish range. I don't remember when we did. We took him to monster trucks a couple times. Oh, he loved it. And then we got to go down to pit pass. He took all the pictures and got all the autographs. Now, did he leave the book with the autographs in my car? Can't confirm or deny that. Can't say.
Did you return it?
Of course not.
Can't confirm or deny that either. Oh, I thought you were going to say.
no, I can't confirm or deny that.
Can't confirm or deny that either.
I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining somebody's Twitter bio having Lakers, Cowboys, Yankees.
Great digger.
100%.
All right, last segment of Mystery Crate. Woo! And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen, right?
It's time
For You Betcha! You Betcha, sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you'll hear more about DraftKings and all the beautiful things that it has to offer throughout this show. DraftKings,
The crown is
the crown is yours. All right, so UFC this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, UFC 298. We will be at El Vecino, which is right here next to where we do our stuff at the studio at here in Miami, in downtown. We'll be doing the MMA hangout there starting at 10 o'clock if you want to come out and hang out.
The fights there or MMA hangout?
Both of them.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to be doing fighting inside of the...
are you fighting?
Yeah, I'm fighting everybody that walks in.
I'll fight you. Except not right now because you look
Not right now.
large.
Can we go to the side angle here that makes me look like
Sangle.
like the fridge, like William Refrigerator Perry? It's yeah, this one right here. What is happening here?
All you do is talk about how you work out and how you want to get bigger.
Sure,
and all this,
but-
and then you finally get there and you complain about
But
it.
I look like the mountain man. Like, why am I 8 times bigger than Jess here? Like,
It's a perception thing. She's a little further away from you.
Wild.
all right,
Tell us what
let's
you
get back
betcha
to
is.
let's get back to You Betcha. All right, we're doing a little parlay-ski, Mike Fuentes. Merab Dawashvili, minus 218 over Henry Cejudo. Ian Machado Gary over the Hands of Steel, Jeff Neal. Robert Whittaker, Bobby Knuckles over Paulo Costa. And we're going to take Alexander Volkanovski, Ilia Topuria over in rounds 3.5. We're going to take that. It's going to give you a nice little 410 parlay.
I don't want to undercut the entire You Betcha,
Do we
but
have to
anytime
do
I
that?
follow your bets with MMA, it doesn't go well for me.
Oh no!
Why?
Cut this out of the social promo that we
Yeah,
post.
what happened there?
Definitely cutting that early before Crystal.
What happened there?
I'm just, you've given me a few. It's just like, oh, minus 300. This guy's definitely going to win, and he loses.
Yeah, I did the same thing to Taylor, but again, he was 15 seconds away from winning the
Cashing.
fight. And then he got knocked out. His head started bouncing off the canvas like a basketball. Like, it's not my fault. I would have held out 15 seconds.
Yeah.
We've all tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look pretty
Hey, you.
huge in that side angle.
I thank you. Even though I don't like the hugeness, like I feel like I'm 6'10" trying to fit into a small person's table. I don't know if I like
You
it.
do have your seat like weirdly high.
Is it miss? Is
It's the camera angles.
That too.
With all due respect, there's
Respectfully?
low and to the side. Never good.
how about that? Is that better?
That's almost Chris Cody's.
It's like Stu's
elevator
angle
bit.
in the main studio. Have you guys ever seen Stu? It's like shot at his crotch.
No, yeah, the side shot of Stu's like right at the gut.
It's not my favorite.
So is this better? How about Chris on his side?
Yeah.
I think
Is
you
this
guys look
better?
good. Wait,
Yeah,
should
this is good.
I don't know.
No, you have to put yours higher.
Yeah, higher.
Yeah, put yours.
Can we
as
take
high
the
as
shot of the
possible.
three of us here?
Yeah,
I want
here
to
we
see
go.
what
Let's
this looks
see.
like.
Let's see what
Really
this
good
looks
for
like.
the
Yeah, this is good for the
audio audience.
podcast.
But
Well,
if you-
check us out on
I'm
YouTube.
not gonna lie. I
YouTube,
listened
Jack
back
thinks
to
that
last week's mystery crate from Vegas, and I was laughing pretty hard.
Yeah.
Really?
It was yeah.
Little PEDs.
What?
What?
I don't even remember what we talked about. I remember
I know,
doing
same.
it.
That's why I listened back to it.
I remember Jess having like a big belly tear laugh at her eyelash
Wow.
story.
I don't like.
No,
the
in
phrasing of that.
Mystery Crate, that
Oh, not
that
in
was
Mystery-
on the regular show. No,
Oh,
you,
Mystery
you were
Crate.
making fun of how I sit on the plane, which was a funny,
Oh, that was that
funny
thing?
visual.
Kristen got that. I saw like a behind the scenes shot of me doing that.
I had to
That was a
censor
great
But
it.
there were some good lulls. There was also
Bad
like
angles here.
the beginning of Purr for Purdy, I think. Which, by the way, how do you think that
That's
that
where I
went?
got that off the ground.
Yeah,
I think that could have done better.
yeah.
It was put in a bad spot.
Yeah.
It could have had a better spot.
Yeah. I mean,
Like Dan, he used it too much as a crutch.
yeah, I mean, it's that thing where, Billy makes fun of it for 2 weeks and then doesn't stop purring during the live shows. But
Or a really good conversation about the Hall of Fame, and Billy kills it within
that, I mean,
22
he took a
seconds.
bit. Billy pooped on Tony more than me in that live show. Because that was a good topic
That
Tony
could have
had.
held us for 15
Was it a good
minutes.
topic?
I love that topic.
Yeah.
Things to ponder file
Yeah,
about
we
the hitter
Yeah.
DH.
Yes.
If a guy
800
goes one,
game
if he goes
streak with
1
one
for
hit.
4 for his entire
No
career,
home runs.
No home runs.
no multi-hit games, but he has an 800 career hitting
hitting
streak.
streak.
Well, that's like the loophole that you guys made to get him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, it's just a fact.
I'm asking, is
Yeah,
he in the
no,
Hall
I'm
of Fame or
saying,
not?
but I don't even think
I mean, that's the
Tony
whole point
accounted-
of the-
I don't think
the
Tony
thought
even
exercise.
accounted for that when he made the scenario.
Without the hitting streak, he's clearly not a.
Exactly.
Right, but
That's
but
why
he's
it's
not-
something to
Yeah.
ponder.
Exactly.
I would argue that he'd be a Hall of Famer if he had one hitless game in the middle and he had like a 400 game hitting
No,
streak,
it
Well,
has
one
to be
hitless game.
800
Two
and-
consecutive
No, it has to be
400 game hitting
810
streaks is
straight
wild.
games.
There could be documentaries about that game.
I know.
Where he
and-
went 0 for 4.
But we could have done the entire show on it. And Billy, within the first 30 seconds, like, this is what you brought.
I do Is there think-
another glass you want to
And
break,
I was
Dan?
like, you motherfucker.
What is the current?
I almost
what
jumped
is the
across
current
the
hit
table.
streak right now?
56.
Okay, so if we get to a point where someone is approaching that, like we're already like people are going to the games to watch.
Yeah.
them
And we're cutting
But
in.
then we're
Yeah.
doing but like we're gonna keep doing that, right? Because like media, we can't get enough of a story.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Right.
cut in.
Mm-hmm.
we're
It's
gonna keep
5
cutting in
years
and-
worth of content.
At what point are we
Exactly.
bored with it? Once he passes 56, what point do we get bored with it though? I feel like 99, like at 82, they're just like, all right,
No,
he's
people
been-
are tuning in to root against him, but
Yes.
they're gonna
Yeah,
keep
but
doing
hate
it for
watching.
years.
But
People
after,
are gonna
after game like
be
230,
so
I'm not
mad at
watching
him.
that
They're gonna
shit
fight
anymore.
Well,
about
no,
what
but
his
it-
contract is. They're gonna argue about who his
Exactly.
girlfriend is.
Exactly. But then, after 5 years, he walks away.
once we're well into the hundreds,
He's
once
leaving.
He leaves the game.
No!
That's the whole point. It was a great it was a great segment, dude.
once he has a 115
Such a bad
game
segment.
hitting streak though, I'm bored with it. And
So
I'm just like,
he goes the entire season with
What if he starts dating
162
J-Lo?
games.
now that's what I mean. He's gonna have to do something
Distractions. Will the streak continue if he's distracted by dating somebody, and then you're like, oh shit, I
But
don't
he
know.
does, just like Travis Kelce won the Super Bowl despite
Just
having
continues.
a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk? It
He
could happen.
continues the hit streak.
He keeps going. Wow.
5 years,
But
then
for the
walks
same
away.
team.
like that. There's gonna be some controversies here, like,
Big
oh,
market,
that was an
small
error.
market.
He's also
That's a
played-
hit. That should have been an error. He's 0 for 4. That was an error.
But you also have him playing like 800 consecutive games.
I
in a
do.
row.
Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I think no brainer. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Thank
Like
you.
everyone in the world knows his name because
Yes.
of the amount of cut-ins.
It's the greatest streak of all time
yeah.
in any sport ever.
But it's not great enough that he gets promoted to actually like playing a position, right?
No, he's a DH. He does not play the field whatsoever.
Because that's where this kind of falls apart. No?
Does he get a big deal? Like all the publicity you bring
he's
to
got
the team.
He's got a 5-year deal. He's on a 5.
How much
so
are you
it's
going
one
to pay a
deal.
DH
yeah,
What's his name?
who's batting under 300?
yeah. What's his name?
What's his
Big.
name?
Perico Perez.
He's automatically Hispanic.
Yeah, yeah, it's my creative player.
Dominican guy, right?
No, he's Cuban.
How long did you have to think? Oh, he's Cuban.
Yeah, he's Cuban.
All right, well, this man is a local hero then.
It's
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Is he playing
dude.
for the Marlins?
Marlins legend.
You know what? He could play for the Marlins. How about that?
Wow.
Well, now I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame because how
Yeah.
many people are going to these games realistically? Is the
I-
roof open? Is it closed?
Yeah, and he's
Is it
kinda like
open, but it's
Never
raining?
making the
It's
playoffs.
like the
honestly.
it's like the Jeter rule. If Jeter was a Royal, I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
who
all
cares?
That's
Right.
also true. But people fly in from everywhere to go see him. Right? He's a legend in like Central and South America.
What's his nickname?
I think there's also a layer where other bigger markets want to sign him, but he doesn't want to leave Miami.
Right,
Because
correct.
he's so close to his family.
Exactly.
And he's a great family guy.
Mm-hmm. But
But
then walks away from the game.
he's dated J-Lo.
Never to be seen again.
So A-Rod hates him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have any extra base hits.
No.
No.
It's all
singles.
singles.
They're all
I thought it was just no home runs.
No, they're all singles, no home runs.
Oh wow.
So 810 game
A
hitting
boring
streak
player,
versus a
dude.
boring player, right?
And
but you know,
defenses can't figure him out, even though he's only hitting singles.
He's got to
but
be
he's
like.
spraying it all over the yard.
Is he a
though.
slap hitter? Is he like Ichiro type? Like,
You
is
could
he
say that.
spraying the ball?
You can
Like,
say that. You can
trying
hit
to,
it wherever. You can
trying
put,
to visualize
He
him.
can put the ball wherever you want it to
A lot
be
of seeing eye
for a
singles,
single
right,
though.
right in the gap. Mm-hmm.
As a thought exercise, I don't hate it.
Thank you.
As a concept, like this is, I feel stupid for engaging.
Sure.
in it.
At the
Of
very
course.
least,
We've
he has
talked
a
for
wing.
6 minutes about this.
At the very least, he has a wing in the Hall of Fame. He might not be a Hall of Famer, but he will be acknowledged in the Hall of Fame.
I do-
810
There are some
games.
people that are just acknowledged that aren't Hall of Famers. Like,
But they're not that good.
he's not that good though.
But
He's a
810
250 career
games
hitter.
means you're good.
810 games.
He's
is absurd,
consistently okay.
He's the best hitter.
He's
maybe
the
of all
most
time.
consistent okay player ever.
He's the best hitter of all time.
I do like that Dan and Billy like shit on this entire like concept during the live shows in Vegas, but we played 10 minutes Monday of what if Travis Kelce
Right.
got benched.
Yep.
So to Tony's credit, this
I
is
mean,
much more creative of a
exactly.
thought exercise than what we actually.
They
do
love
on
to
the
hate
show
and then
after
use the
Super Bowl.
content.
It was in the file, so I'm gonna keep it in there just in case. Maybe like next
I
year.
think it's
We'll
pondered.
bring it
I
back.
think it goes into the things
Yeah.
we pondered file
pondered.
now. It's
Yeah.
no
Christian
longer in
Ponder
the things
folder.
to ponder.
The
Yeah,
Ponder,
Christian
yeah.
Ponder also. We
Christian
Well,
pondered.
it always stays there though.
Now he's Christian Ponder.
It's basically his folder.
It's yeah.
Yeah, the
the
Ponder
Christian
folder.
Ponder folder of things to ponder.
Things we ponder.
Can we talk for a second about and you know it?
And
Just
you
as a
know it,
concept, baby,
and you know it,
Or just my dad being like, and you know it.
baby.
Well, I like your dad hitting people with one-liners and stuff, but I got home from Vegas, went to sleep, woke back up, and I was like, and you know it, baby, and you know it.
It works in a lot
And
of
Jenny's
places.
where is that from? And I'm like, Greg Cody invented it. I don't know.
Did Jenny watch the live shows?
Yeah, she watched it on Max.
Did
Actually, shout out
Christy?
to Max.
She tried. She started to. Like, she didn't get through like
the Vegas
she watched
shows
every
were on
section.
Max?
She didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I love Chris trying
I
to
don't
cover
think
for his
Lehman
wife.
watched
No, I
them
think
either.
I think I remember getting a text at one point being like, I don't see it because at one point
It was supposed to be on YouTube where I
I'm
did
not
a
gonna lie.
45-minute show where it never showed up.
I'm
on
not gonna
YouTube.
Oh
lie.
my God! Wait, is that somewhere? Can we
Yes, of
watch
course.
that?
Of course, that's somewhere.
Let's peek behind the curtain of Tony doing a 45-minute impromptu Twitter
I'm not gonna lie.
video.
I wanted to go to the Mina and Dominique taping. Guess what I was doing?
Oh,
A
you were too
45-minute
sleepy.
show.
You had to stay up.
They're like, hey, we really need this. And I'm like, okay, who's going to be on it? Juju, Jess, Chris is going to be doing
I was in
a
a
bunch
car.
of cool stuff.
Me, Chris, and Lucy were
On
in
the
an
way
Uber,
to the Mina
and we were supposed to be
25
like,
seconds in, they were like, all right, see ya. And I'm like, okay, cool. Thank God Roy showed up.
and it was like the worst 25 seconds of content. There
was
was
a long
10
day,
seconds
it
of me
was.
getting out of an Uber, like fixing my
Yeah.
fucking dress.
Yeah.
Market.
You're like, this is what I got. And I was like, okay, sick. Thank you.
I thought we were just going to be chatting.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
join
didn't
the
know
chat.
we were
There
supposed
was
to be
a
on
little-
video,
Yeah,
and so
no,
I should have
no,
never
no.
said, I'm
Yeah.
around.
It was a
And
45-minute
it turned into
show,
Tony
yeah.
doing a 45-minute solo act
yeah.
while the YouTube stream was like buffering.
Was literally buffering. They're like, hey, it's 8:00. What's the deal? And I'm like, I don't know. And then Thomas in my ears like, do another 40, buddy. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
I didn't know we weren't going live on YouTube during our live show until like an hour before on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
Like I had my
I don't think
wife
anybody did.
because it was on later at night. It was
Right,
live
right.
to tape to, and then like so I had my wife like, all right, you're gonna watch it. We're going live soon, and then she's like, you guys aren't on, and I'm like,
I did the same
guys,
thing.
are we not on? And it's like this is tape delay. I'm like, okay, good to know. I missed that
I'm
slack.
not sure if I knew either. To be honest, last week's a blur.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun watching Tony. An hour later, he's still going.
Still talking. My mouth was bleeding. I'm just talking and talking and talking.
check us out.
My favorite is all the fans that were like, God, this asshole loves to hear himself talk. It's like, no,
There's no other option. like
the
like
only-
that happens on this show, and like certain people like upset that people are on. I'm like, guys, you don't understand. There's no one else. Like, we have to do this now.
We have 10
yeah.
people, and yet we are always one short.
Well, no,
I'm
it's
here.
not even that. It's like studio time. Like,
Yeah.
it gets really packed here on the weekdays sometimes, and like these people are available, and we need to record because pretty soon there'll be no one here. So unless they want like me and Jason talking for 20 minutes
I would
about
listen to that.
Whatever. Yeah,
Jason and
that's all you're gonna get.
Jason almost
For an
had
hour.
quite a moment on the show earlier this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made it awkward.
It's up to you, buddy.
What do you mean though?
What do you
don't
mean? What
remember.
do you mean?
remember. Explain it
when
to
the
me.
video team had to.
Dan told the video team to do something to Stugotz, and everyone was like, Jason, you're up. It's awkward.
Do we have the power to play that right now?
The
Can
coming
we,
thing.
Can we play that right now?
I have to go
coming
find
thing.
it. I'll play it in post. Just lay out for a second.
Jason, if you're uncomfortable, just give us a thumbs down.
Yeah.
We'll,
Okay, this
we'll
is what.
segue.
This is what.
Oh, he likes it.
He
Okay.
likes well, a lot of
Not
up and
that
downs there.
gesture,
Okay.
Jason.
Oh, and lay out. I'll play the clip.
Do a recreation here. Camera people, just come on Stugotz's face. Whoops, bad phrasing.
Oh, jeez. what happened there?
Here we go. We are
All right,
going to
just-
recreate this. We're going to.
That's good clip playing
And
right
you
there.
know it, baby, and you know it. And you know it. Oh, so my thing really quick. Are we done?
I don't know what's time.
How much time do we have?
Oh, we are. Okay. Now say goodbye.
Okay, how did Greg come up with and you know it?
He just going, and you know it.
Goodbye.
Checks in a file. Goodbye.